Okay, box blur. So last night we partied too hard, and now there's a black and white photo that's about to go viral. You can't let this ruin your reputation, so you want to apply the box blur algorithm to the photo to hide its content. The pixels in the image are represented as integers. The algorithm distorts the input image in the following way. Every pixel, which is x, in the output image has a value equal to the average value of the pixel values from a 3x3 square. So we have a 3x3 matrix, and then x is equal to the average value of all of them, all of the values of the 3x3 matrix put together, divided by 9, because that's the average, and that's what x is equal to. All of the pixels of the border of x are then removed. So I think that's the way in how I look at it. So for this one here, 3x3, x is basically equal to 1. Because you do all of these added together, divided by 9. And then we do sort of Math.floor to round it all down. Oh, maybe all the pixels of the border of x are then removed. All the pixels of the border of x. I don't know. For me, this question is very confusing when you first come to it, but then when you sort of figure out what it's actually asking you to do, it's actually quite simple. So the way in how I sort of looked at it was there were 4 3x3 squares in the input image. So let's try and find these 4. Well, we've got 740, 562, and 610, 7. So that's 1. And then we've got 401, 622, 10, 7, 8. So then that's 1. Well, 0, 1, and then it'll be undefined. So you can't go any more sort of across. So then we have to go down to the next row, which is 562, 610, 7, 1, 4, 2. And then 622, 10, 7, 8, 4, 2, 0. And then that's our 4. Because we can't go down another row because we're going to end up getting undefined on the bottom row sort of thing. And then we can't go further across because we'll get undefined there. And it clearly says there are 4 3x3 squares. So now we need to create a function which will get us these 3x3 squares. We don't get the undefineds. And then we add up all the values of these 3x3 square and then divide them by 9. And then we need to return them sort of like this, an array of an array, so a matrix sort of thing. It's very confusing. That's the only bit here. By reading this bit here is how I sort of got to my answer. So the first thing that we'd want is const answer, and that's an empty array. What I've done is, because of this top one here doesn't really show us the full detail of what we've got to do, I've just copied this sort of matrix here and with the answer and put it in a custom test, just so then I can run the custom test each time and explain what I'm doing using the custom test instead of trying to find it within the tests. So yeah, const answer equals empty array. The next thing we want to do is just do a for loop. Excuse me. So for let I is equal to 0. Oh, goodness me. I is less than image.length. So what this is doing, image.length is, well, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. However, yeah, let's just do that for now. So image.length, and then increment I by 1 each time. So if I do console.log image and then what we're going to do is we're going to be getting each row of this matrix. So run custom tests, and then we're going to get each row. But the thing which we need to remember is we need a 3 by 3. So the way in how I was thinking of navigating, I thought about navigating around to get the 3 by 3 is our first number is 7. So 7 and then plus sort of 2 is 0. 4 plus the 2 is 1. Now, same going down sort of thing, like 7 and then plus 2 is 6. And then we are getting like the third row. We're getting the third column here. We're getting the third row. 5 plus 2 would get to the 1. But then when we get 6, if we do sort of plus 2, we're going to get undefined. If we get 0 plus the 2 going across the columns, we're going to get undefined. So we only really need the third to last sort of row for when we're going sort of through our image array. So if we was to minus 2 here, then we're only going to get the first 2 rows. So we'll get 7401 5622, our first 2 rows. Now, if we were to loop through sort of image again, but this time we'll do let j is equal to 0, and then here we will do j. What have I done here? We'll do j is less than image, and then we'll put 0. We can put 0, 1 or whatever, but we'll just put 0 because we want the length of the first array. It could be the length of any array, so we could put whatever. However, but we always know there's going to be 1 in there. So there's always going to be an array in there, and we just want the length of it. So you can't do any because we need to. You just put 0 in there. You can't put 1, 2 because say we don't have this in there, we're not going to be able to do that loop. So 7401 dot length, and then we're going to increment j by 1 each time. So this would be j is less than 4, so we'll do the loop sort of 4 times. And now if we do console.log image, let's put j in there and see what we get. So we know that this for loop here is going to give us the first 2 rows of our matrix. Not the first 2 rows, but all of the rows, but not the last 2. This one here is giving us 7401 5622. It's given us all of them. Now, if we put I here, and then j, we're getting 7401 5622. 7401 5622. So we're actually getting the value now. So this one here would give us, the first for loop would give us the row. So the first row that we was going to get given is this one. Is 7401. Now, when j is 0, we're going to get the first value. So we're going to get 7. And then that for loop will go again. So now j is equal to 1. We're going to get 4. J is equal to 2. We'll get 0. And then j is equal to 4. So we're going to get 1. That for loop will now complete. And then that will then set off this for loop again. I will increase by 1. So now I is 1. So then we go to the next row. And then we do the exact same. Now if we do minus 2 here, we're just going to get 7456. So 7456. So we're going to get the the top left of our 3 by 3 matrix that we're going to create. And the key thing here is you should, there are 4 3 by 3 squares in the input image. So we've got 4 sort of the beginning integers to our 3 by 3 squares. So we can now create our 3 by 3 squares with the starting point of our 3 by 3 matrix. I'll try and explain sort of what I mean. If we do const top is equal to, and then we do image I, so this is the top left, and j, plus no, let's do it as an array so I can explain. So now if we do image, and then we're just going to plus j, so plus 1 to j. So image I, and then j plus 1. I'll show you what will happen. Image I, and then j plus 2. So here, need to console log top. So, yes, that's correct. So now we're given, our first one is 7. So in our sort of matrix, the first value is 7, and then we're going to get the first row of our 3 by 3 matrix. So what we'd need is 7, 4, and 0. So then we've got 7, 4, and 0. Our first number is 4. So we'd need 4, 0, and 1. And that's what we get. And then 5 and 6. So then with 5, we've got the first 3. And then 6, we've got the first 3. And then all we need to do is get the middle and then the bottom. And then we just need to change the i's and j's to navigate to get our 3 by 3 matrix. And what the I does is if we plus 1 and then plus 2, we're going to be navigating down through the matrix. So we're going to navigate down the rows. J can stay the same because we want to stay. Let's just do one at a time. So I, J, we're going down. So that would be 7, say. We're going down, and then we don't want to go across. So J stays the same. We're going down for our 6, but we don't want to go across. Now for sort of the middle values, we've got 4 here, because we've gone across from 7 to 4. And yeah, we just want to plus 1 each time. However, with the I, we want to go down 1 and then across 1. So here we'd want to plus 1. And then we want to try and hit the 10. So we've got 7. We want to go down 2. So then we hit 6. But then we want to go across 1. So down 2. So we plus 2. And then the same here. So we've got 7, 4, 0. So 7, 4, 0, because we've plus 2. And then with the I here, we want to plus 1. So 7, 4, 0, and then go down 1. So we hit the 2. And then once again here, J plus 2, so we're going 1, 2, we're going across, 7, 4, 0, and then we're going I, so I plus 1 will hit us 2, I plus 2 will hit 7. So then we plus 2 onto here, And now if we are to, I don't know, let's put this in an array in console log, see how that looks. So now we've got actually our 3x3 matrix. So we've got it. We've got 4, which is what it says there is. There are 4 3x3 squares, which is what we've got here in our console log going through the loop each time. But then the key thing that we have to do here is add them all together, or add each row together. No. Yeah. Add, let's just get rid of that. Add all the top, all the middle, and then all the bottom together. And then we need to add, I'm freaking confusing myself. Let's just type it down. So, oh, I didn't want to do that. So all what I'm doing here is we're adding it all together. So we're doing, I don't know, the 7 here, we're doing 7 plus 4, and then plus 0. And then for the second row, we've got 5, 6, and 2 for the first 3x3. And then we're going to add all of the bottom values together as well. Let's get rid of that. Just make it actually look nice. And take that there. So now we'll have an array of all of the values added together. And actually what we want to do is we want to add all of these together as well. So we want to add the top, middle and bottom. Now we want to add all of them together, but we want to divide it by 9 because that's the amount of values in a 3x3 grid. There's 9 values, we want the average, so divide it by 9. And you'll see here the expected output is 5, 4, 4 and 4. Well, we've got 5, 4, 5.2, 4.4, like recurring, 4.7 and 4.5. So we're actually really close to this value here. Now, if we use Math.floor, it's going to just round everything down. So Math.floor of this value, run tests. We now, let's take this console log off up here. We've now got 5, 4, 4 and 4. So 5, 4, 4 and 4. Awesome. Now, key thing here is we need to return it as sort of a matrix, so of an array of an array. So here, what we can do is do const, we'll just put matrix here. So our 3x3 matrix, matrix total, average, I don't know, let's just do that, is equal to an empty array. Now here, we want to do matrix dot push, and we want to push these values into sort of the matrix. So at the bottom here, if I do console.log matrix, we'll have 5, 4. So we're getting there, 5, 4, and then 4, 4, and 4, 4. However, what we can see is every time this loop starts again, matrix is equal to an empty array. And that's why we don't get sort of 5, 4, and then 4, 4, 4 in the second console log, because we're resetting it each time this first loop occurs. So at the end of this for loop, the first for loop, what we can do is to answer.push, and then we're going to push the value of matrix, or the array matrix, into answer, and then I'm going to just return answer. And then it passes the test. So we get the result that we want. We get an array of an array 5, 4, and then an array of 4, 4, sort of all within an array. And it should pass all of these tests as well. So if we run tests, and it does. So yes, it's a long video. I've tried to explain it to the best of my ability to say what each part of this code is doing. I hope I haven't confused you sort of in the process. But this is the final solution for box blur.